Join me as I take on the challenge to stop suffering and find true happiness in just 1 week. Suffering is a universal human experience that can take many forms, from emotional pain and anxiety to physical discomfort and distress. It's an inevitable part of life, but that doesn't mean we have to accept it as our fate. In fact, addressing suffering is essential for personal growth and happiness. When we choose to confront and overcome our suffering, we open ourselves up to new possibilities and experiences. We become more resilient, more compassionate, and more in tune with our true selves. But the opposite is also true. When we ignore or suppress our suffering, it can hold us back from living the life we truly desire. So, why is it so important to address suffering? Because it's the only way to break free from the cycles of pain and negativity that hold us back. By confronting our suffering, we can release the burden of unnecessary emotions and unlock our full potential. But before we dive into the strategies for overcoming suffering, it's essential to understand the various forms it can take. From chronic pain and illness to relationship drama and financial stress, suffering can manifest in countless ways. One of the most common challenges people face is stress. We live in a fast-paced world where demands are high, and time is scarce. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle, but chronic stress can lead to anxiety, depression, and a whole host of other mental and physical health problems. Another major obstacle is anxiety. Fear and worry can be overwhelming, making it difficult to focus, relax, or enjoy the present moment. Anxiety can stem from past traumas, phobias, or even genetics, but it's essential to address it head-on. Negative thinking patterns are another major contributor to suffering. When we're stuck in a cycle of negative self-talk, criticism, and judgment, it's tough to find peace and happiness. These patterns can be deeply ingrained, but they're not impossible to change. Trauma is another significant challenge people face. Whether it's childhood abuse, a recent accident, or a natural disaster, trauma can leave deep emotional scars. It's essential to acknowledge and process these experiences to move forward. Self-doubt and low self-esteem can also hold us back from living our best lives. When we lack confidence and believe we're not good enough, it's tough to take risks, pursue our passions, and find fulfillment. Fear of failure is another common obstacle. The fear of not being good enough, not succeeding, or not meeting expectations can be paralyzing. It's essential to reframe our mindset and view failure as an opportunity to learn and grow. Lack of purpose and direction can also lead to suffering. When we feel lost, uncertain, or without a clear sense of direction, it's tough to find meaning and fulfillment. Unclear boundaries and toxic relationships can also cause unnecessary stress and pain. Learning to set healthy limits and communicate effectively is crucial for our well-being. Emotional immaturity and a lack of emotional intelligence can lead to suffering. When we're not aware of our emotions, needs, and desires, it's tough to navigate relationships, make decisions, and find happiness. Addiction is another significant challenge people face. Whether it's substance abuse, behavioral dependencies, or other forms of addiction, it's essential to address the underlying issues and seek support. Self-sabotage and procrastination can also hold us back from achieving our goals and finding happiness. When we're stuck in patterns of self-doubt, fear, and avoidance, it's tough to make progress and move forward. Okay, so we've covered some of the common challenges people face that lead to suffering. Now, let's explore some strategies for overcoming these obstacles and finding happiness. One of the most powerful tools for overcoming suffering is mindfulness. By cultivating awareness, acceptance, and compassion, we can learn to observe our thoughts, emotions, and experiences without judgment. Cognitive behavioral techniques are another effective approach. By identifying and challenging negative thought patterns, we can rewire our brains and develop a more positive, optimistic mindset. The importance of community support cannot be overstated. Surrounding ourselves with like-minded individuals who share our values and goals can provide us with the motivation, inspiration, and accountability we need to overcome suffering. Self-care and self-love are also crucial for our well-being. By prioritizing our physical, emotional, and mental health, we can build resilience and reduce our suffering. Learning to reframe our mindset and focus on the present moment can also make a significant difference. When we let go of the past and stop worrying about the future, we can find peace and contentment in the here and now. Practicing gratitude and appreciation can also shift our focus away from suffering and towards the good things in life. Another powerful strategy is to find meaning and purpose. When we're aligned with our values, passions, and goals, we can find direction and inspiration to overcome suffering. Learning to forgive ourselves and others is also essential for releasing the burden of suffering. Holding on to resentment, anger, and bitterness can weigh us down and prevent us from moving forward. The power of visualization and manifestation cannot be overstated. By vividly imagining our desired outcomes and focusing on what we want to achieve, we can tap into the universal energy and attract positive experiences into our lives. Let's take a closer look at a powerful personal story that illustrates a significant transformation or breakthrough in overcoming suffering. I want to share a story about Sarah, who struggled with anxiety and depression for years. Despite trying various medications and therapies, she couldn't seem to shake off the feeling of hopelessness and despair. But one day, she stumbled upon a mindfulness retreat that changed her life forever. Through a combination of meditation, yoga, and group therapy, Sarah began to develop a sense of self-awareness and compassion. She learned to observe her thoughts and emotions without judgment, and slowly but surely, she started to heal. Sarah's transformation was nothing short of miraculous. She returned home with a newfound sense of confidence, purpose, and direction. She started pursuing her passions, reconnecting with old friends, and finding joy in the simple things. Sarah's story is a testament to the power of taking action to overcome suffering. By addressing our challenges head-on and seeking support, we can break free from the cycles of pain and negativity that hold us back. In conclusion, let's summarize the key strategies we've discussed for overcoming suffering. From mindfulness and cognitive behavioral techniques to community support, self-care, and reframing our mindset, we've covered a range of effective approaches for finding happiness and fulfillment. Remember, overcoming suffering is a journey, not a destination. It takes time, effort, and patience, but the rewards are well worth it. So, take the first step today, and start moving towards a life of purpose, passion, and joy. If you're struggling with suffering, I want to hear from you. Share your experiences, insights, and breakthroughs in the comments below. And if you want to learn more about one of the strategies we discussed, be sure to check out my next video, where we'll dive deeper into the power of mindfulness and visualization. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.